Margi Roku Namdak Singla Chuparsho Idang Guru Ratna Mandalakam Niryatayami Sangge Chudang Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyap Suci Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Penchim Sangye Dubar Shok Sangye Chudang Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyap Suci Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Pechir Sangye Dubar Shok Sangye Chudang Zoki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kyap Suci Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunam Ki Dola Penchir Sangye Dubar Shok.
Shogiri Shmogiri.
Good morning, everyone.
Why?
Let's have a homework question.
Exciting.
How can a will be completed in 4 lives?
Just between 8 and 9.
Say again? Oh yeah, of course, but what are the reasons?
3 times.
You plant the seed, they don't get armed in that life, they don't get armed in the next life, and then they get armed in the life after that, right before you die.
Close,
They have to,
but no cigar.
They have to die.
No cigar.
No cigar, yeah, good for you.
Although I don't smoke. You just got it now.
No, I just like how
Okay.
proud you are.
Okay. Well, it sounds odd, right? Okay, so why? Why 4 lives? How? Yeah, and
Something about the Bardo.
I think during that it's only armed with
yes, I think you got it.
8 and then
Oh.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
that's what he meant.
Oh, that's what he meant. Okay. Yeah, that's another skill I need to learn. So one is only armed by the initial ignorant, and the other one is armed by both the initial and the advanced ignorant.
Oh, you mean desire, not ignorant, right?
Yeah, Geshe-la say ignorant is more appropriate for 8 and 9. Another name,
Okay.
AKA.
Wow, look at you go, man.
I don't know. Okay, what is the typical example when does it happen? Okay, for the initial ignorant to be armed, but the advanced ignorant not armed yet. And which part of human's life?
Right before that.
Right before death, okay. And example, typical. Oh yeah, right before death. Yeah, and what kind of scenario? Fear of
That losing your body.
losing your body. Yes, that's right. During the dying process, when the person is having the irrational fear of the body's being discontinued and the life is terminated forever, this activates the initial ignorance, but the advanced ignorance is not triggered yet. Okay, how is it possible for an intermediate being of a pleasure being to be reborn as a human, although we know that it is supposed to be fixed?
I don't know about this supposed to be, but
Just do suppose it.
because it
Say again?
doesn't happen.
It's related to
They
the
make
previous
karma-
question.
They make karma in the Bardo, isn't it?
Not really close. When a human with seeds to be projected into body and mind in the pleasure beings realm, which is only armed by the initial ignorant but not armed by the advanced ignorant, dies, the internet being will take the form of a pleasure being but will be reborn as human.
Wait,
I hope this is correct.
I don't think that's
No?
right.
That's not the one? No?
I don't get involved in homers.
I don't think that's...
I
That
suppose
was the same. That answer was the previous one. But it took the form of a pleasure being in the Bardo because the karma was armed.
Supposed to be pleasure being, but
Then they got redirected.
because the link number 9 was not really activated, they come back to human as part of one of the intervening
I don't think so.
life.
That wasn't it.
how I understood it was that they collect karma, and
Yeah.
so you can, that's why they then are reborn as a different being.
So what is the?
He is now going over scriptural and logical proof. So I think we have not yet had the part how it happens.
Oh, we have not. I thought we discussed.
We were getting excited.
We were getting excited on this one, right?
On that topic.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
starting.
We're just starting,
The
right?
question arose of whether or not a being's going to collect karma in the bardo.
Okay, so that's still
Also, why
debatable.
we do the prayers at that time to help them redirect.
Redirect, right? Yeah, we talk about, yeah. Okay, anyway, let's skip this one and then we'll see. Okay, the purpose of this question is to check the validity of these answers. So thank you for giving me feedback. Okay, Silenupachan. Silenupachan. We can put it Chen Tang too. Stanley's name. What is that?
You got the big time ability.
You know, the 10th. It's the 10th link.
10th link, which is what? Sorry? Very pregnant, very strong. Potent, rapid karma, link number 10. Yeah. Jitar Nyuriang as compared to Jitar Bull or Wool? Bull. Bull Yang. Pul Yang. Jitar Pul Yang.
It's not a bee.
No. Jitar Nyuriang as compared to Jitar Pul Yang. Pul Yang.
As fast as it could be.
As fast as it could be. And the other one is? As slow as it could be. No matter how fast they can go. Chitena Dokko. Say again? No.
That's a good
Close. Jitena
Looks like it's
Dokko.
really long.
If you go backwards.
At that point, no matter what, they have to stop. No matter what. Okay, thank you very much. Please take over the
Okay,
plane.
Here we go. Everyone enjoyed that in the early morning.
Absolutely every one of us.
I like my class.
It could be Adam's class. It could be worse.
I'm glad to be able to contribute, but I enjoy Adam's class as much as everyone. Oh no, sorry. More than everyone. I'm sorry.
That's a very different.
No. As more than everyone else.
I also enjoyed as much as everyone.
He was hired, and then
Clever, man.
Oh, you are really on fire today.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Hello.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome all the slow heads from downstairs, and and Jitar. We're gonna call him Jitar Bulyangs. And Professor John and Professor Connie, thank you for coming. And I'd like to introduce Rebecca, who's
Yay.
just to show you how old she is. She organized the first Lamrim retreat.
But she doesn't look that way.
Then she moved to LA to work for Steven Spielberg, among other people. And now she also runs a Sarah program, and she's the liaison to Geshe Lothar. So anytime Geshe Lothar needs anything, he tells her, she tells me. And that keeps him from calling me in the middle of the night, which he loves to do. And she's also she's in charge of the program if you want to study at the monastery. She has money, and if you want to study Tibetan there. For many years, she sold donuts at my talks to make money for that. So we should thank her for that. And if you're interested in going, talk to her. We're making a new program which will be a little more organized and strict. We're working with to make that more successful. Okay, that you learn more. Oh, money, baby. Okay, so give her a hand. So if you're interested in going, talk to her. Okay, if you want to learn to speak Tibetan. Okay. All right. Please read. Oh, do you want to say a little bit about what your text is?
Okay. My text is about the wheel of life, specifically the 12 links. of the will, and we have gone pretty deep into each of the link, and we have completed the 12 links, and then now we are on the now we are talking about the links, the relationship within the links. So there are many variations, and we discussed them, and now we are on the part of I have not really read, but I guess just now everybody was saying that the Bardo kind of thing still not decided yet, so I am looking forward to that too.
Yeah. How many links does it take to complete one life, or how many lifetimes does it take to complete a wheel? That's his subject right now.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Kachik nare, klane mir kewa, lang pe, dre pui, tendrel dun po te mi ten la yong su zok par tao.
Wait.
Yok par tao. No, hold on. This is kachik. Kachik. Oh, zok par tao.
Okay, that's okay.
Kyok ki tham che tep dam cha tepe chir serna ma kyap.
Okay. So this is a case where somebody was a deva, and then they collected, or old bad karma came up, and they were born as a human. Okay. And then this guy says, according to you, it must be the case that the 7 resulting links, which start with number 3 and go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
11, 12.
11, 12, okay? Which are basically your body and mind in this life, okay? They must be completed on that human life after you collect the karma as a deva, okay? Or it reasserts itself during your deva life. Because your position, as you stated it above, was correct. And we did say that, okay? Then we say, ma kyap.
But this is really so.
So state the kyap, kyap alone. If 3, then 2. If 3, then 2. What?
I'm trying to see what's the cheer here.
If their position is correct.
Yeah, if our position is correct, if our position is correct, then it must be that the 7 links that result, not the karmas, but the resulting links, are completed in the second life after
life.
Okay? There's no problem with that. That's good. Okay, but there's an exception. Okay, and by the way, for $50, what's wrong with this sentence in the first place?
Because it is kachik.
That's pretty good.
What's wrong with the concept? Forget the argument, which is going to be a different thing. Okay, cancel the bet. Nobody goes from La to me.
You're right, yeah.
Kla to me.
Okay, straight to the hell realms.
Oh.
We said something about it last time.
You use up all your good karma being a deva,
Right.
and normally 99% you go to a hell realm.
Right. This is that point.
And they see it on the last few days of their life, and they go crazy.
No, this is talking about we are. Oh, okay, Drebu. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's positing a person who went from deva to human,
I see.
which is almost impossible. So I would saw him on that. But anyway,
Okay.
here we go. Please read.
2 minute.
Who's got the plane? Adam? Give.
2 minute. Plane mirkewa langne ma gepar shiwa yupe chirte. Kasi ni yanlak chik tu chepala gyutsen yang tak yupe chir.
Okay. But you can't agree just because our position was correct above that all 7 of the resulting links will be completed in the human life after the deva life, okay? Because there's an exception. There's something funky. What's the Tibetan for funky? Just kidding. Okay. Sane Mirkyawa.
Being born as a human after the...
Good. To go from a deva birth into a human birth. Long is...
Take the body.
yeah.
Take a birth.
there does exist Shiva Magipar.
The age without the
Good.
old age.
Say it louder.
Death without old age.
Yeah. Okay. There does exist death without old age. Therefore, and that's because there does exist, go to the verb here, yandak, a good gyusen.
Good reason.
Yeah, why we make Gawa and Shiva Yenlachik.
To get in one link.
Yeah, so there's this old debate all the way back to the sutra on the 12 links that says, why don't you have 13 links? Why do you put old age and death together? And the answer is...
Because not everybody gets old.
Yeah, some people die in the womb. Okay, that's a famous argument. Okay, some people die in the womb. So, could we say that if a person died in the womb after they were born as a human, right? At conception, conceived as a human, died immediately.
Okay.
Then what's missing?
Yeah, the old age.
Half of Gashi.
Half of Gashi.
So he wants to say, well, then link 12 is defective. It's only half a link.
Oh.
He said zok. Yong said zok. There's the trick, okay? There's the trick. Completely completed. Okay? So because he used this language, completely completed, we can come back with, well, then I guess it's impossible that this person was aborted in the womb after he came from a deva birth, okay? And if there is such a thing, then then all those 7 links are not fully completed. So the trick is here. The where the debater got you is here. Completely finished, 100%, okay? But that one was the 12 was only 50% finished, okay? Got it?
But it implies that the birth, so from Deva to human, is possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Tapatasam Gunukpa. In theory, I mean, but extremely unlikely.
And it will be just died at the womb.
Well, we're just saying it's possible
Okay.
that if they did go into a human from a deva, it's possible they were aborted as a human, then went to an animal or something.
Straight away, like kind of.
Yeah.
death.
Well, and then they didn't have time to finish completely link number 12. Gashi, old age and death. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
By the way, that's a whole thing is just an artificial excuse to teach us this. That there's a reason why they put aging and death in the same link. It's just an artificial argument to inform us of that, why the one link was made out of 2 things. Okay. Because that's an old debate that goes back to when the Buddha taught it. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Kachiknare, yan lak chuni po.
Oh, there's John Brady. Just kidding. I like him because he never gets upset when I make fun of him. I guess.
He's seething.
Yan lak chuni po te. Jitar pul yang chemindrawa shila chok new pa mitepar thao.
Yeah.
Penche kile chik ki namin ki pungpo ya penpa yupe chirna makyap.
I gotta think about this tell. It almost goes up, okay?
Almost goes
up. And we'll see why, okay? Yenlachuni,
The
12 links, okay? Chitar Puyang.
as slow as it
Yeah,
could be.
no matter how slow they go. If we go through the links in as many lives as possible, say Mindawa, different lives, 4.
4 different lives.
It's
4
not
different-
true. It's not true. It's not true that you could complete them at the slowest in 4 lives. Not true. Okay, mitha ta. It's almost like he believes it. When you see his reason, he believes it. So normally, when you believe something, the tau goes up. Without thought. No, it's not. You know. No, you can't. No, you can't say that the slowest you can go is 4 lives. Okay, you can't say that the most lives it would ever take to go through the whole wheel would be 4, because go ahead. A penjekile chik, one karma which throws a new life. Okay, what's the opposite of penjekile?
Objectile.
Zolchekile. Penjekile is like the painter.
Outline of the
Zolchekile is like this
coloring.
assistant painter who fills in the colors. Okay. This throws you as a dog, for example, and then the Dzogche, makes you Veronica's dog, and she carries you around all the time. She hurt her back, because she has to carry him everywhere now. He can't go very much. He's blind and deaf, which is very challenging. Anyway, he blessed us this morning with special gifts. So, penjekile chiki, that's why I'm in such a good mood. Penjekile chiki, ki.
Ripens as a dog.
Yeah, so the karma throws you as a dog.
Right, dog.
Ripens as the body and mind of a dog. Yeah. 100 times.
100 times.
It can throw. It can throw.
So this is the question we were talking about last time.
Yeah, exactly. And now it comes, okay?
Yeah.
So it is possible. Don't tell me the slowest you can go through the one circle is 4 lives, because 100 is also possible. Okay. And then he quotes, that is so the case. So you see why this could go up? He believes it.
He believes it, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Here we go. Whoa, who's got the plane?
Sorry.
He's going to crash into the World Trade Center. Yeah.
Kanki lamar min jinpa.
Yeah.
Ki kewa gya langne mesa chandu kewar gyur.
Oh no.
Okay. By the way,
He heard one verse
Yeah, so much as a single letter.
and he didn't eat it.
I would have put an instrumental here, but I believe they did not. But in my opinion, which is okay. So anyway, once you listen to Tsikchechik,
Even a
Single letter. From hearing
a single verse, yeah, shloka, Tsikche. Once you hear a single verse from a person, and don't consider them. Yeah, so this the subject of sentence. It should be instrumental. Whosoever hears a single verse of Dharma from another person and doesn't consider them the Lama, doesn't treat them like a Lama, they will take 100 births as a dog. And then they'll be born as a Meshachen, which I believe is a butcher.
It's not crazy to imply the subject and say they are
Butcher.
one, right?
Yeah, a butcher. Yeah, okay. Which is a really bad rebirth. And it's funny in Tibet, the butchers are Muslims in Lhasa. They come from Kashmir. And the Tibetans say, I won't kill an animal. And then they hire someone to kill them. And everybody eats meat normally. In the old days, not now maybe.
So what, after 100 births of dogs, and then they become
Then you'll be born
butcher?
as a butcher.
Oh, God.
And then you'll collect new bad karma.
Oh, forever.
And just go like this. Okay. So I went and tried to get it for you. The Kagyu has a reading in the Tantras, which says Nel Chorpa La Kanshik Dan Ki Kine. I was trying to find this thing about Lama, because this one says anyone who gets angry at a yogi will take 100 births as a dog, and then be born as a butcher. So I was trying to find who said Lama, because maybe some Lama inserted Lama instead of yogi, which is, I don't want to say that's what they did, but here in Kangyur, in another tantra, it says whosoever gets angry at a big yogi will take 100 births as a dog, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And this is heavier. Daki tsikche chiksam yang nunu jetun chepa chipitse deda layan dakni tumbanyam. Here it says you should respect the person who teaches you a single verse as though they were the Buddha himself. So that's heavier than the one there. Yeah. Okay. Rimo means drawing, but sometimes it means respect. Okay, I don't know why.
How to respect the Buddha as if he were the Buddha himself.
Then here the Buddha repeats that whoever teaches his teaching should be considered as his representative and equal in karma to him. Okay. Tengyur, here's a tantra commentary of the Yamari Tantra. And here it's exactly that, okay? Whoever listens to a single verse and doesn't consider them lama, treat them like a... So probably that verse is very popular in Tibet. So it probably came from this commentary in the Tengyur, which is re-quoting the Kangyur. Okay?
What's it a commentary?
On Yamari. Yeah, it's an unsurpassed. And this is that cool categorization of the tantras that Jigme and I worked out from an ancient text. So I think we're the only people to have ever categorized the Tengyur correctly. There's a system to it that is not apparent, and it was hidden, and we figured it out, and we put all the tantras in that category. We found out that is the hidden system of the Tengyur, but nobody knew. So anyway, if you get a hit in the tantra, you can work backwards, you see. This is Butcher of the Lord of Death category, of the general category of the Butcher of the Lord of Death, which is part of the Anuttara Yoga, which is part of Vajrayana, but it also gets more detailed than that. Okay.
When we say butcher, this is what Butcher of the Lord of Death is this.
Yeah, who kills death.
So this after the dog is this the butcher or the butcher?
That's a different butcher.
That'd be nice.
That's a different butcher. That's a good point.
Only on the left-handed path.
Okay.
By the way, this thing about butcher, the Sanskrit is sandala, and that can also mean a person of the lowest caste or an untouchable. Yeah. Okay. So it could be a social comment, not that you would be killing animals, but that you would end up in the lowest social caste of your society. Okay. Go ahead.
Honor. Te ndrei ki che gyapot te pendrel shen ki chein par thao kyok ki drup che te la kyap ndrel yu page.
Yeah, well then, when that kind of thing happens, those 100 lives must be must be part of another wheel, part of another set of 12, okay? Because your proof has a kemdo. The keba is relevant. Okay, the keba is relevant. What is the keba? If they made that statement about if someone made this statement about 100 dog lives, then it must be the case that you could go slower than 4 lives. That's the keba.
Okay.
Okay. According to you, that's a keba, right? Okay. Let's go one more sentence. I think it'll be clear.
Okay.
2 minute.
2 minute. Den rei ki che gyapote pen che ki le chik ki pang pe ki che de cha sha yin pe chierte chache yin pe chirte ki chela chache tuma you pe chir.
Yeah, we consider those 100 lives a single life. It's one long dog's life with a lot of chaches. Chache means component or piece.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so yeah, we don't say those 100 dogs' lives are all separate wheels. We say all of those 100 dogs' lives are a single trip to the wheel with lots of parts. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that were thrown by a single karma. And this pang is a past tense of pen. Okay, just so you know. Okay, which happens sometimes. Okay, so it's really just one long dog's life. According to us. So it's still true that the slowest you can go is 4 lives.
Oh, if you consider 100 lives to be one life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
equivocate just right.
Again, look, I'm just translating. Okay.
Kachik nare dre ki che gyapo te tendrel sen ki che yin par tao. Che? Oh,
Yin ba tao?
Shen ki che yin
Yin
par
ba
tao.
tao, it goes up. It goes up. Yeah.
De dre ki che ni pa te ki che tang po la tendrel shen ki che yin pe chirte te ki che tang po la le sen shen pe shen pe che yin pe chir serna makyap.
It's nice of you to leave that one thing for us to pick on.
Totally.
Yeah.
Dominiso. Somebody says, well, listen, in that case, when they have the 100 lives as a dog, those lives are each considered separate sets of links. They are separate sets of links. Okay, Tendel Shen. They are each discrete sets of links. Okay? Must be. Why? Because the second life as a dog is a separate set of links from the first life as a dog. Okay? And that's because, okay? So listen, the second life as a dog is a separate set of links from the first life as a dog, because the second life as a dog is a different life from the first life as a dog, and we say makyap.
Wow, that is surprising.
Okay? Just because the second life as a dog is a continuation of, just because the second life as a dog is different from the first life of a dog doesn't mean the set of links of the second life of the dog is separate from the set of links of the first set of the life of the dog. They are separate lives, but that doesn't mean they're separate links. Sets of links.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our position, right?
No.
That's wrong look. That's our system.
Yeah. But this Kachik was saying that they are different, right?
And Dominiso, then we wrap it up and we say, no one could ever say that they are different sets of links.
Okay.
Oh.
To the tell, no one could say duh.
Okay.
Okay, Dominiso. We can't agree to that they are separate sets of links just because they are separate lives.
Okay.
What do the other schools say?
If it's separate lives, it must be separate sets of links.
That is the.
And therefore, 4 lives is not the slowest.
That is the separate school, right? The other school.
The other and pretty much everybody in the room is rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, right.
They're supporting the other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta cook it. Maybe it's obviously correct that if it's separate lives, it doesn't have to be separate sets of links.
Yeah.
But then old age and death is involved.
Yeah, I just work here. Okay.
Tantric is a little bit the
When in
lawyer
doubt,
school.
go on.
Yeah, sure.
Please read.
Kachik nare tendrel yan lakchuni po te jitar pulyang che mindrawa sila chok par mitet par tao mitet par tao mitet par tao mi nam ming ki pung po penche ki le thang dre pui par tu
Good. Nice part.
kelpa gyat trak tu me chepa yu pe chir
Okay.
serna makyap.
Okay, Kachinani. Tendel Yena Chunipo, a full set of 12 links, okay? Chita Puyang, which is the
Slowest,
nickname they gave you, JB. Is, no matter how slow you go. It's not correct, Mite, to say that it would have to be finished within 4 lifetimes, that's the slowest you can go. By the way, why 4? Because you collect your karma in the first life. In the second life, it's armed by the initial desire. In the third life, the arming is completed. And then in the fourth life, the result comes out. Okay, that's the wrong loop. Okay, what school are we in? Yeah, just you can always blame it on the lower middle way. Okay, but I don't. But this is the classic presentation. There's no. I'm not aware of a whole book devoted to the Prasangika presentation, and this follows Vasubandhu's let loose scripture pretty well. And that would be great to translate, as I mentioned. Just telling you.
Thank you.
Okay, Zopa Mitarta. And if you translated this one, you'd be able to translate that one. But that one has a lot more information. Okay, then you'd be a lifetime expert in the 12 links. And, okay, I don't know if you want to be, but...
Of course. Why not?
Okay,
Sure.
Tepata. Mi namagi pumbo penchikile dan jeba pardu. Between the time of the karma which is going to throw as its karmic result a human body and mind, between the time of that karma and its result, between there, pardu, ch, that goes together, okay? Pardu, ch, part ch. It's separated. The result is separated from the karma by many hundreds of kalpas. Eons, millions and millions of years, okay? It's possible to collect the karma and then it doesn't ripen for millions of years. So you got zillions of sets of 12 links between those two. Okay, and we say makyap. It's true there's zillions of 12 link sets between the time you collected the karma and the time you got the result, but we don't count those as one lifetime. Or we don't count them as a set of the links. It's not relevant to that karma. Okay, we only count the links that you collected the karma and you experienced the karma. That's considered two sets. And if there may be a million lifetimes in between, we don't count that.
Wow.
Because it's karma sleeping.
I see.
Okay, that's wrong. That's our belief.
Getting the idea that the number of sets of links are measured by whether or not the karmic ball is in play on the field.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they're related.
Yeah, it has to be related to that karma, a result of that karma. So there can be a million intervening lives where the karma is sleeping in your mind. We don't count that.
Wow.
Time's not a factor.
Yeah.
It's more just the
Okay. We say makyap. It's true that it could be a million lives between making the karma and that karma opening, but we don't count all those links. Okay. Then
that's more convincing than the one where you
yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, madrubna means if you disagree, if someone were to disagree to your reason, which we did not. We did not say what?
that it's not the case that you have the zillions of lives
Good.
in between. Yeah.
Keep saying, keep
It's
going.
not the case that we didn't disagree with the idea that
Good.
there could be zillions of lives in between.
Between making the karma and the karma opening. We didn't disagree with that. And so we say, by the way, we didn't disagree with his reason. Because Sutra says, go ahead.
Luchen namki le namni kelpa gyar yang chup misa.
What's Chisawa?
Chimisawa.
Just
The laws of karma.
I mean,
Oh man, you guys are wondering. Chisawa means just fade away on its own.
Oh.
Chisawa. It's only used with karma. Chumisa.
Doesn't fade away.
Yeah, karma never just fades away. You always get what you
This is
deserve.
a fall
It
off.
may take time. It may take a million years. Here it says, by the way, Luchen is a synonym for Semchen.
Sentient being,
Okay, yeah, living being.
living being.
Okay, the karma of living beings, even in 100 kalpas. By the way, I tried to calculate a kalpa once. It's like 10 to the 60th power years, something like that. Chimisa. It never just goes away. It will sit there and sit there and sit there. It will never just loses its power. Then finally it comes out. Okay.
Just the word "chu" here.
To waste. Yeah.
Waste.
Yeah. Yeah, it means to waste. Go to waste. Yeah. By the way, so you guys from downstairs, you aliens, which of the 4 laws of karma is he talking about? Which of the 4 laws of karma is this quotation is used to prove one of the 4 laws of karma?
Third.
I think fourth.
If
Fourth.
you do plant it, it will never
Yeah,
go away.
fourth. Yeah. Third one is what?
If you don't plant it,
If you don't plant.
Yeah, if you don't plan it, you're not going
I
to.
see.
The fourth one is used for people who expect money and are not generous. The fourth one is used for people who hurt other people. Okay, got it?
Yep.
All right.
If you don't get do the deed, you don't get the seed.
Okay,
That's a
good.
good one.
That's very good.
Bumper sticker.
That's number 3, right?
By the way, there's a Serna here, but I'm just gonna skip it for now. Let's go.
Oh.
Here's the quotation. I go find it for you.
Oh, thank you, Geshe-la.
I block the page number so you can do a footnote without going to search it again.
Thank you.
But that means this part here is not relevant to you, okay?
Sure.
So I just capitalize the part that you are supposed to pay attention to.
Thank you.
By the way, the full verse, which is often quoted, is Luchen Daki Lenamni, the karmas made by living beings,
Living beings.
Kalpa Gyayang Chimisa. They will never just fade away, even in 100 eons. Sokshin Tula Bapana. If the right conditions come together, and if the time has come, which normally means to die, okay, but here it means when the time has come,
Today.
Jebunyidu Mimbagyur, they will ripen into exactly what you deserve. So I kind of think the second half of that verse is sexy, and we shouldn't lose it, I think, you know. Maybe you could,
Exactly what you deserve.
Jebu you will get the exact result. Yeah,
Just
it
that
means
result.
that. You will get the exact result you're supposed to get, okay. What's the scripture, by the way? Legya Tamba, which is Karma Shataka. It's a book about the 100 kinds of karma. It's very similar to the Karma Vibhanga. It's a good book on karma correlations if you want to go a little deeper into that, which maybe next life. Okay.
Okay.
So, please read.
Can mete de dre kalpa gay war
Whoa, where are we?
Indeed.
Who's got the plane?
First line.
yeah,
Gay par.
gay par
Yeah.
ki che nam ten rel char sen ki char shen ki dok pe che yin ki ten rel char chik po te wang tu che pe che dok pa ma yin pe chir.
Yeah, Kinmete, there's no problem. Dinde Kalpa Gaipar, that kind of case where it takes 100 kalpas, right? Those lives, Senam, Tendel Sarshenkizopet Seyinki, they belong to another set of links.
other complete sets. Is that what it's
Yeah.
Another side of 12.
Yeah, and it's not the case that in that instance, a single set of links, that we're talking about a single set of links to complete the lives, okay, to complete the lifetimes,
It's not
okay. Wang tu che means relate to,
want to change.
Wang tu che, but relate to, okay. So I'm lost. Let's go back here. Maybe he said Madhubna. I think he said Madhubna. If you don't agree with my reason, if you don't agree that it's possible for 1,000,000 lifetimes between, well, there's that quotation from Sutra. Because the fact that he's saying that's a solid reason, is reflected by this at the end of it, serna, which means, okay, if you're trying to defend your reason, first of all, I don't disagree with your reason, I disagree with the kyabar, with the necessity. But if you do try to push on the reason, if you try to push the reason down my throat, I'm also going to disagree with that. Okay.
So this is the other side that is quoting the sutra, right?
Yeah, because of this serna. If you claim. So, if you claim it's a kyaba, I say makyab. If you say it's a tak yang dak drup, I say it drup, the other guy. My reason is good. It is possible for a million lifetimes to come between, okay?
Pachik offered us this.
Yeah, he threw up the quote. But I think it's a quote we would accept. But apparently we're not going to accept it because we say, yeah, maybe that's true, but it's still no problem. Dende kalpa gai parkitsenam, the lifetimes that happen in the interim of those 100 eons, tenda sashen kitzope tseyinki, they are just cases where other rounds of the links are being completed, but they don't relate to a lifetime completed in a single set of links.
That we discussed,
Okay.
that we are talking about.
Okay.
Meeting the links related to that.
Yeah.
Don't we all
They don't
agree?
relate.
We all agree.
I'm not I mean, you got to cook that one. You got to translate it and sit with it, okay? It's not totally comfortable.
He's using relate, they don't relate?
Wang tu che means they don't refer to.
Pertain?
Pertain is fine. Pertain. They don't,
Certainly relate.
it's not the case that they have pertained to a single round of the links, okay? Sar means a round, right? It means finished, but in the discussion of the links, it means one set. Okay.
So to consider a certain set of links, the karma that's planted has to be the karma that is armed, has to be the karma that ripens.
I think that's
what
I
they're
think we would
implying.
say that's correct.
And if a bunch of stuff happens in between,
It's
that,
not, they're
That's
not
irrelevant.
wheel
Irrelevant.
still hasn't been completed because that karma is still in play on the field, even if it's sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time visual.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, if there's-
You have 30 seconds to introduce our new topic.
Yeah, I was gonna do that, but I had to figure it
You'll do
out
that
first.
anyway. Oh, yeah, right.
Okay. So this is called satsung. It's a subject. We kind of had it in the 16 aspects discussion from the fourth one, from Stanley's text, from chapter 7 of the Abhidhammakosha. And it was talking about if you achieve the pot on the stove realization, and then you see emptiness directly, are they different levels of reality, or are they the same level of reality? And we say they're always the same. Always this, which implies, which is correct, if you see the pot on this, if you see a karmic seed open and unifying an object, unifying colors and shapes in front of you, then directly, if you see dependent origination directly, then within 2 hours you'll see emptiness directly. Okay, you must. And you can't die, you can't chirp, you can't get interrupted by your dog or your baby mooncake. You will always.
Like, you must meditate?
You will always go into within 2 hours. I assert you will always go in within 2 hours. Okay. So that's called saten. What's the level of reality that your mind is based on when you see the pot and when you see the emptiness directly, and then there's the body can be in one level and the mind can be on a different level. The mind can be in the first causal form realm, and the body can be in the desire realm. So that's why it's called semten. What was the level that the mind was on? So that's a similar discussion here. Satsung means reality level equivalence. We're going to have a discussion of reality level equivalence. Okay. And for example, if you have the arming on a certain level of reality, will the birth be on the same level? And well, could be maybe, but we're going to leave that for next time. Okay. And the Abhidharma is really big on this question. And it's kind of frustrating because you're like, well, what's the point? Why do you keep repeating this? Yeah, but I think it is important, you know, whatever your state of mind is at one level. If you're getting close to seeing emptiness directly, but you haven't reached the end of Jorlam yet. And then you you get busy at work for 10 years. You have to come back to where you were 10 years before to make any progress. You can have a 10-year gap between two states of the same concentration. It happens. You know, people get busy, they don't do their meditation. It could take you 10 years to get back to that level. That's the point. Yeah. Okay. It's kind of scary. Yeah. Stopped here. What's the day? 18th?
18.
Okay.
สาสีบุกีจุชิงเมตองจามรีราบลิงชียินเดเกนปาลีสังเกชินดูมิงเตยุวาริงีรอคุนันดาชิงลาจุปาร์โชยังกุรุรัตนามันดาลกัมนิเรตายามิเกวาดีเกโวคุนสุนันเนเชจอมจอกชิงสุนันเนเชเลนจุงเวดัมบาร์กุนีตปาร์โช
Jogiri Dogiri.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Thank you. Thanks for doing it. If you weren't interested, I couldn't meet it again.
I'm so honored to be here. Geshe-la, thank you.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a discussion.
About clarifying what he wants us to do on your text.
Oh yeah.
Well,